Hello, welcome everybody out to Southfield on this wonderful Friday night, and thank you very much for joining us for this wonderful rugby match that we have ahead of us between your BYU Cougars and the visiting Utah Utes. This rivalry is known as the Wasatch Cup. BYU has won 7 of the last 8 Wasatch Cup matches, with Utah's lone victory coming in 2005. And we'll now show you a promotional video about this match.
BYU Rugby.
I am BYU Rugby.
That means they have pride in the jersey. When they pull that BYU jersey on there, they have enough pride in themselves, our institution, and their teammates to go out there and give it all they have.
I am BYU Rugby.
Ak is BYU Rugby.
Giving your best on and off the field, taking care of each other. You represent all of the other people that have played here at BYU over the past 50 years.
I am BYU Rugby. BYU Latu.
Alma Mater BYU Rugby.
I am BYU Rugby.
All right, once again, thank you for joining us. We have what makes to be a wonderful and very exciting game tonight between BYU and Utah. It's always a heated rivalry game. Both teams always bring their best game. It's always a very physical match. The intensity is always high, and it has to be a great match tonight. Utah always brings it. BYU always brings it. And Ray Forrester, who's with me right now, he's going to talk to us about the keys to the game for BYU tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely crucial that we start fast in this game. BYU's on a 7-game winning streak right now, but in a few of those games we haven't scored first. So it's absolutely crucial in this game that we do that, because this is Utah and it's always going to be a tough game. Got to make sure we don't bend and break, hard defense, and we've got to make sure we build on the San Francisco win.
And we're going to highlight David Collins today. He's a senior. He's going to be playing prop today from Mesa, Arizona. Big boy, about 6'2", 260. And Dave Collins has been a great player, and we need Dave Collins to have a big, good game today. He's going to be starting in the prop position, like I said, and he really needs to anchor that scrum. It's going to be crucial that they win the lineouts, and especially win their set pieces, including the scrum. The Utah forwards pack going to come in knowing that they might be able to beat BYU in that aspect, and that's going to be crucial for David Collins. And also, pretty much going to want him to use that big body. You can see he's feeling some of those highlights. He's great running with ball in hand. So we're going to be looking at him to get the ball, get in some space, and to get some go-forward momentum. We're also going to be watching Chris Wornley today, who's going to be starting out on the wings, wearing the 14 jersey. Chris Wornley he's got great pace. He's also a pretty big boy. He's from American Fork, but as you can see, he's 5'11", about 220, and he does have some speed. When he gets the ball and gets into space, he can really do some damage. And so Chris, we're going to look for him to really work himself into the back line, to really work to make another attack opportunity. So when running it off of Jared Whippy and making another opportunity just for a great attack against Utah. A couple more things about Utah. We're going to want to. Utah's coming in with some senior players. Due to their suspension last year, there aren't many senior players on the team. They're actually they're a younger team. We're going to watch Danny Christensen and Tonata Lauti. They will be leading Utah tonight, and they're going to be looking to set the tone. You can see Danny Christensen right there in the middle of the screen. they're going to be wanting to set the tone. They're going to set the pace. They're great players. But Utah's a scrappy team this year. They've had some close games. They lost to Cal a couple weeks ago by just about, I think, 10 or 12 points. So scrappy team. They're going to be a good team, though, and they're really going to bring it to BYU tonight.
Yeah, they're very good players. Watched them a few weeks ago, and they will definitely lead their team. This is the Wasatch Cup game. As I said earlier, it's very, very big. It fuels that rivalry between BYU and Utah. So I'm really excited to see what happens at the start of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a few notes for our viewers. This is the first game back for Captain Kyle Sumption after returning from playing with the national team. And also, R.F. Elkington is returning to start in the first 15. Center Josh Whippy, he is out with a pulled hamstring for a couple weeks, and once again, Seki Kofe is out for the season with an injury. But that being said, starting rosters for BYU. At number 1, David Collins starting at prop, Scott Gowdy at hooker, and Cody Thompson at the other prop. We have Will Taylor and Kyle Lontine at the lock positions. Kyle Sumption, who is your captain, will be starting at number 6. R. Elkington at number 7. And Ben Keith is starting at the back at number 8. We have Luke Mockey at scrum half to Johnny Linehan at fly half. Jordan Lowry is starting on one wing. And like we said earlier, Chris Wornley is starting on the other wing. Leland Latu is starting at inside center with Josh Whippy at outside center. And we have Ryan Blazer starting at fullback.
Utah's starting 15. We've got Benj Mills, number 1, Greg Kelch, starting hooker. Spencer Vickery, the other prop. We've got number 4, Austin Taylor. Number 5, Matt Ball. Number 6 is Gabe Rifflin. And number 7, John Kaczynski. On the back of the scrum there, we've got Jacob Morrison. We have Keone Hamala at number 9 and Danny Christensen, number 10. We've got on one wing Drake Myers. And number 12, Taylor Thomas. Number 13, Scott Strong. Number 14, Connor Emmett. And number 15, Tonata Lauti. It's going to be very dangerous on the back there.
Yeah, exactly what we were talking about. Danny Christensen at number 10 and Tonata Lauti at number 15. Those are the players you're going to watch for Utah. They're both very shifty runners. They're smaller, but they are quick and they're very shifty. And they're gonna make people miss, and they're going to want to lead that attack. So, like I said, it's a beautiful night here in Provo, Utah. It's about 50 degrees, a little overcast, about perfect rugby conditions, maybe a little chilly for the fans. But be a great game, a little fun for just to play under the lights. And we have what's made for a great game. We can see Utah coming onto the field. BYU is about to come on, and we'll show you a little Varsity Cup promo video. And we'll be unveiling a banner here pretty soon as well.
Can you get over there?
No, you're good.
Do you want me to just cover while Ryan's going to do the banner?
We're doing a video right now. And so you're fine for now.
Welcome back. We've just unveiled the new banner that's been presented here to BYU Rugby in honour of the National Championship Varsity Cup that we won last year. To be added there up on the wall, 2009, 2012, 2013. So very, very big accomplishment for the BYU Rugby program, and a testament of the great athletes that we have and the great coaching staff that we have also. As we said, this Wasatch Cup game is huge, and no matter how each team is faring in the season, you know when it comes to Wasatch Cup game that it's going to be a great game. So really, really looking forward to it. What do you think, Ryan? How's this game going to turn out?
You know, I think it's really going to matter how BYU starts. Kind of like you were saying before, in the past 7 games, they've been a 7-game winning streak, but 6 of those games, the opposing team has scored first in the game. So BYU is going to really want to come out in front. I think if they, let Utah get an early try, early points, early couple tries, then it's really going to be a dogfight. But I think if BYU can come off their momentum from last game against San Francisco Golden Gate and play like they did in that game, then I think it's going to be a great game for BYU. Either way, it's going to be a hard battle. A hard-hitting battle, but I think it's going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, great start here from BYU, great kick. We need to make sure we put that pressure on. We cannot allow Utah to score first, as we have the previous few games where we've allowed the opposition to score first. Yeah, absolutely.
And there's kind of some kicks exchange here, kind of a battlefield position. Looks like Utah's going to be finally the team to take it up and see what they can do. They're just outside of BYU half, just short of the 50-meter line. As Danny Christensen, you saw in the number 10 jersey, and Utah will get the early penalty. Looks like a BYU player left his feet, I think was the call on that one.
I think Utah's going to be really tactical here right now. As you said earlier, they're a young team, and so they need to be very tactical. And as you said, there's a lot of kicks being exchanged already early in the game. So,
yeah, and as you can see, that's Tonata Latu, that number 15. Watch him today for Utah, but yeah, I don't think either team really wants to attack outside of their half at the early get-go. Kind of try and play the field position game, make the other team play out of their half, and try and force the other team to make a mistake. So we'll see the first line out here from Utah. A good line out, one. Get out to the backs and see what Danny Christensen and Tonata Latu can do with their backs. That's Drake Myers there on the wing wearing the number 11 jersey for Utah. Good run by him.
Big run up there from one of the props, Spencer Vickery. Nice little kick and chase there. Captain Kyle Sumption coming in. Nice tackle.
Yeah, great open field tackle there by Sumption on Danny Christensen.
This is where they got to really apply the pressure here. Looks like a knock on from a BYU player, so it'll be Utah's scrum.
And this will be, I think this will be a great tell for the game as well. BYU has really worked on their scrums. We saw that improvement, a vast improvement last week against San Francisco Golden Gate. We're really going to want to see that again in this very first scrum. Each team is going to want to make an impact. Yeah, I think on that replay, the ball might have just got buried, and so it kind of wanted to restart the play.
Good scrum there, BYU.
Yeah, good scrum there by BYU.
Pushing back, and Utah still claiming the ball though.
Great little kick through by Danny. Taken well by Ryan Blazer.
Blazer's really stepped up these last couple of games, and he's just grabbing that ball and running it straight back in. Which,
yeah, he is.
Why they're calling him Blazing the Amazing.
Blazing the Amazing. Yeah, he's picked up his game. He's played really well these past few weeks.
He comes from good stock. His older brother was an All-American here at BYU.
Oh, great stiff arm there by Jared Whippy.
Ooh. Went for the handoff there, but unfortunately it went straight into the arms of a Utah player.
You'd have to say it's maybe, one of the few weaknesses that the Whippy brothers have is they do look for that offload maybe a little too much. Sometimes it is just a lot safer just to take the ball down, especially once they get into Utah's territory inside their 22. Could have been a much better option to take the ball down and reset. You definitely have go forward ball. You're going to need a quick ball there rather than trying to throw it up and kind of try to make a hard pass. We can see the replay on this. You can see that first fan.
Straight palm straight to the face.
Good little move, and yeah.
The big don't argue, we call it.
Yeah, exactly.
New Zealand.
So he's missed it. Actually a great first line out there. Good throw by Scott Gowdy and good take by Kyle Lontine. It's your captain, Kyle Sumption, with the first hit up.
Kyle's recently just returned from playing for the Eagles down in South America. Successful game down there. World Cup qualifier, so...
Yeah, I think he had a successful tour, I guess you could say. Definitely got some minutes down in Uruguay and got some minutes in return back in Atlanta, and helped the Eagles qualify for the 2015 World Cup in England. And we just saw, there's a penalty on Utah. Didn't see exactly what the ref called it for not rolling away. But this will be the first opportunity for Johnny Linehan to put some points on the board and get BYU the lead.
It's a good 42-meter kick there.
Yeah, about the center of the field, it looks like, from here.
Johnny was practicing long-range kicks earlier, and he was pretty spot on, so we'll see what happens. A little to the left.
Yeah, a little to the left.
That wind's picking up slightly. Not that that's an excuse, but hopefully the next kicks Johnny will do good.
Yeah, he's been on this year. He's been working on his kicking a lot, and he has been very accurate this year. A kick straight on like that, you never know. Maybe it's just the big game. It is. Remember, it is Johnny Linehan's first time playing in this Wasatch Cup. Did not have the opportunity last year, but maybe it's the nerves of the Wasatch Cup. Maybe just didn't strike it well. But
yeah, we've got quite a good crowd here already for the start of the game. Usually we don't. This is probably the biggest crowd I've seen all season yet.
Yeah, definitely
to be expected for a Utah BYU game. Slightly forward there. No. Yep.
Yeah, Jared Whippy's trying to get off to Ara, returning, earning that number 7 jersey again. Oh, yep, we can see on that replay. It's just a little, was a little forward, unfortunately. So this will be Utah scrum. BYU had a pretty good scrum that first time. We'll see if they can pick that up again. But yeah, stands are about full, and you can see we can't see, but we can see there's still a line out the gate. So there's still a long line of people trying to get in. A good tackle there by Jared on Tonata Lauti. There's Leland Latu in there coming in for the cleanup.
Ooh, missed tackle there.
Yeah, good little run there by Austin Taylor.
Straight into the hands of Captain Kyle Sumption.
So I think we've already seen that a few too many times. I think people are trying to already do too much with the ball, kind of forcing those 50-50 passes. And, both teams, unfortunately for both teams, has kind of gone the pass. We're not able to connect with the pass. So yeah, you can see the stands there. Looks pretty full. It's a great crowd of the night. Pretty chilly for the crowd, I think. Probably about high 40s, low 50s right now. Probably get a little bit chillier. Oh, you can see on the screen it's 53 right now. Probably a little bit chillier as the night goes on, but a great night for rugby.
Utah's been pretty good with their lineouts.
Yeah, just Danny Christensen, just a little chip kick over there. That's Ryan Blazer. Makes one guy miss. Has some room at the sideline. Unfortunately, slips. Yes, looking for space on the outside. That's Dave Collins.
Good offload there from David Collins.
One more. Ben Keith coming up the sideline with a little kick.
Little chip there. Short arm penalty.
So I think that lock there, that's Matt Ball called for the mark on that. Kind of like a fair catch in American football. If you're inside your own 22, you can call a mark. And so we can see the replay. Ben Keith is kind of chipping up the ball. And so number 5, he can call a mark. And then pretty much it's kind of a fair catch, like I was saying, and then you get a short arm penalty. So in that case, they kicked it out of bounds, and because of a short arm penalty, this will be BYU's line out. So I have another opportunity to see BYU's line out. Scott Gowdy with the throw in, seeing if they can connect on this one. Set a good platform for the backs. They're on Utah's 40-meter line.
A little bit over there. Utah got that ball back.
Good line there by Drake Myers, getting Utah some go-forward ball. I don't think the ref really liked Kyle Lontine's effort on that one. So it'll be a penalty to Utah. In between the 40 and 50-meter line, looks like Latu will be satisfied with kicking it to touch and opting for a line out further down the field. Good kick downfield there. Looks like they're going to have a line out inside BYU 22. So this is the first time Utah's had the possession inside BYU's 22, and we'll see if they can take advantage of it and get some points out of this possession.
Yeah, this is where Utah needs to just where BYU needs to step it up and ensure that they put some hard pressure on in this lineup, because Utah have been on so far in their lineups. Another good line out there from Utah.
Yeah, Greg Kelch, the hooker, his throw's really been on. That was hit the guy at the very peak. Ooh, great line there by Tanata Latu, but man, R. Elkington laid a hit on him.
Combination from Ada and Leland Latu.
A little double tackle there. Ran a hard line, and yeah, that's in from the side.
Yeah.
So that's Leland Latu, still getting experience. Kind of probably got a little antsy, saw the ball pop out and wanted the opportunity. Gives Utah a penalty. Looks like they're about 30 meters out, about the middle of the field, and Tonato will go for the post in this one, try to get up early and get a free 3 points.
As a result, they're penalized, and Utah was the first.
So we're about 11 minutes in. You can see, that's Leland and Ara right there with the combo tackle, which is just a massive hit on Tanata. But about 11 minutes in, once again, that's Tanata Latu. He'll be trying for the posts. But we're about 11 minutes in, and it's been kind of a battle of both teams. Both teams have kind of had the momentum, laying big hits, making good runs, making good line breaks. And so it's really going to, it's been a great game so far. I think it's going to be an exciting night. Neither team has really taken control yet. So we're just going to see which team can get on the board and get some momentum. And just like Johnny Linehan, Tanata Latu with the chance pretty much right in front of the posts, pushes it to wide right a little bit, and so it'll be a 22 dropout to BYU. And I'd also like to welcome Jake Sohn, who's going to do a little substitute here for Ray Forrester. He's going to join us.
Yep, Ray's got some other duties to take care of. Beautiful night for rugby here, huh?
Oh yeah, perfect night. And so you see a little mistake there by Connor Airmet on the 22. He just we'll see the replay on this deep kick. Pretty much just couldn't catch it, goes out of bounds, and this will be a line out to BYU. So a great change in field position there. BYU have a line out on Utah's 40-meter line. And once again, another steal by Utah. That's two in a row. Two lineouts in a row that BYU has lost to Utah.
Yeah. So once again, that set piece, obviously a very important part of this game. Looks like penalized for not releasing there.
Yeah, I think he didn't release the tackle. I don't think the ref liked the way Kyle went after that.
Looked like a good steal from Assumption, but.
So after the kick, we'll be able to see the replay on that.
Oh, that kick stays in bounds.
Stayed in bounds.
Ryan Blazer with the kick back, and that's out on the full there. But I believe he was inside the 22, so it'll be Utah line out right on the 50-meter line.
Once again, this number 2, Greg Kelch, he's been spot on with his throws tonight. The Utah lineout has been very impressive, going with a shorter lineout, about 5-man, putting some forwards out in the back line. But it's been very successful for them. Once again, just not even BYU's not even throwing up a
middle jumper
at all. Yeah.
Another big hit.
Another big hit by Ara. That's 2 in a row. You see, R is definitely showing he's excited to get back in that lineout after being gone for a few weeks with that injury. He's definitely made himself known these first moments of the game.
There he is again.
Another hustle play by Ara.
With a steal and a little kick, but it's coming back, I believe.
And I think the ref noticed after Ara kicked that ball, then the Utah player tackled him, so they'll have an option of where they want the penalty. And so BYU will have a penalty.
And it looks like Johnny will go for points. You can see here, Ara just takes it out of his hands and then kicks it right off his boot. That was a great kick.
And you can see, definitely the Utah player could have held up. I mean, he was definitely not committed to that tackle, and so he tackled him, inhibited Ara from kind of running after the ball, so that would it's a clear penalty for BYU. So Johnny will have another shot here just outside the 22-meter line. Definitely a makeable angle. See if he can connect on this kick. Missed before, just beyond 40 meters out. If you weren't with us, first kick. And it went just wide.
And he missed that one as well.
And he missed again, yeah. Shockingly, two very makeable kicks for Johnny, and he has missed both of them tonight.
A little bit of cobwebs. This Utah game, it doesn't matter what record BYU has or what record Utah has coming into this game. It's a rivalry game, and it's always anyone's contest. Even the games that BYU wins, they're often very close.
So Will Taylor was able to get his hands up and get a little block on that 22-meter dropout. And here I think the forwards are kind of going to try and take it up and gain some momentum going forward.
Good pick and jam there by Scott Gowdy. Another one by the captain, Kyle Sumption. BYU continuing to drive, but Utah with a good counter ruck there. Skip pass out there. Great take by Leland.
And, I really liked what Leland did there. I mean, he was looking, thought he might have had that opportunity.
Oh no.
But I was going to say, I like how Leland, he was looking for that offload and didn't see that it was there, and definitely didn't force the pass, which I loved seeing. Just instead went down and, created another opportunity for BYU to score instead of just throwing up a 50-50 pass in hopes that he would receive it. But it looked like Johnny Linehan tried to kind of sneak it up and then tried to find Jared Whippy, who got pushed out just before he get into the try zone on that one.
So I'd really like to see BYU put up a second jumper here. You see here on the replay, Johnny picks it up, finds Jared Whippy there, who just can't put it down before he's tackled out of bounds. So good play by Utah to save the try. The Utes kicking for safety here. Chris Wormley tried to trap it before it bounced around.
So Utah remains perfect on the day for lineouts. They've done very well in the set piece, and I think BYU is still trying to figure out how they can defend that short lineout.
Yeah. Yep. Looks like something they did not prepare for coming into this game. So Scott Gowdy with a throw-in. This is definitely part of the game that BYU has been working on. Good take there by Will Taylor. Johnny with a little fake and a nice wide pass out to Ryan Blazer, who finds a little gap. Great tackle there.
Yeah, great tackle by Tonata Latu. Definitely getting there, making a mess, making things happen. Kyle Sumption comes out with it.
He's driven back, but BYU maintains possession.
Utah throwing guys into that counter ruck, trying to make something happen, slowing up the ball.
Yeah, a lot of energy here at the beginning of the game. Great pass. And another good pass. Cody Thompson trying to do it all himself. Beautiful run.
Great run there by Leland Latu to start it off. Great pass to Cody Thompson. Kind of blows someone off.
Yep,
and gets in for the try.
Cody knew he had the mismatch there.
Yeah. Beautiful wide pass there by Johnny. A great run by Leland.
Just hand fighting by Utah there. A real attempt to tackle. Strong run by Cody
Great run by
Thompson.
Cody Thompson. Runs right at Tonata Latu. You know he's going to win that matchup and gets over the try. So it's a great try there by BYU, keeping the pressure on and finally getting over the try line. Yeah, so great crowd here tonight. The main bleachers are about full, kind of filling up some bleachers they brought in the east try zone.
Yeah, and a lot of spectators actually watching from outside the fence as well, and they're still streaming in. So let's see if Johnny can make good on those first two misses here. And there he is, slots it through for the conversion. So with 20 minutes gone in the first half, it's BYU 7, Utah 0.
Yeah, it's really turned into the the battle that we expected it to be. Both teams have really come out, have brought the pressure, brought the intensity, and it's been a great first half. And BYU is very fortunate to kind of score to get on the scoreboard first and see if they can ride this momentum to get another one.
Utah with the restart there, taken by Kyle Sumption, turned into a bit of a maul. And it looks like the referee is calling that I think we didn't use the ball the BYU didn't use the ball fast enough.
Yeah, it's an interesting call. I didn't think that they kind of had him stop long enough. It seemed like once they stopped, they were still kind of going forward and eventually got him to the ground. But
yeah, that's what it
it's
looked
kind
like
of
to me as well.
Definitely to the refs. That call is definitely to the refs' discretion, and he decided to blow it up.
So BYU with a much improved scrum last week against the bigger pack, San Francisco Golden Gate, holding their own tonight. Good tackle there by Leland Latu.
Yeah, good hard line there by Scott Strong of Utah in the number 13 jersey.
Oh, and that ball stripped by Luke Mockey. Scott Gowdy comes out with it. Not rolling away is the penalty against Utah. So great play there by Luke Muckey to just get his hands in there. That's a strong play there from him.
The ball out of touch, and that's what happened. Great kick by Johnny Linehan, number 10 there. We'll have a line out for the BYU Cougars.
We'll see here on the replay. Luke Muckey just gets an arm under it, strips that ball from number 9, Keone Hamala. So BYU line out after the penalty. But 10 meters inside Utah's half. Not a good pass, not a good toss there from Scott Gowdy. Knock on by BYU there out of the line out as it went off a BYU player's hand. Ben Keith a little shaken up on the play.
Yeah, I think that puts BYU, I think about 3 for 6 on the line out. It's only hitting off 50%, and they're going to have to do better than that. Yeah, that's just at this point of the season, you got to hit higher percentages on your own lineouts.
Good scrum from Utah, getting that ball out the channel really quick. Opt for a little grubber kick there into the hands of. Great run by Jordan Lowry. He's going to try and do it all himself, and he does. Huge run by Jordan Lowry.
Yeah, I mean, really the first opportunity that Jordan Lowry's got to touch the ball. Gowdy Christensen kind of kicked it through. Jordan Lowry grounded it, and
he just picked his line
and went. Yeah, awesome run by Jordan Lowry.
So here the little grubber, he just fields it perfectly. He's so fast and shifty.
Yeah, he is.
And you can really see it there. He ran through about 11 Utah players and wasn't touched until the end.
Leading that last one, put a few moves on Tonata Latu. He was a great tackler in that fullback position. Just put a few moves on him, made the miss, and beat every Utah player to the try zone. Great individual effort there by Jordan Lowry.
Yeah, Tonata Latu is every bit as quick as Lowry is.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's the kick. The conversion's good. So just about 24 minutes gone here in the first half. It's BYU 14, Utah 0.
So after missing his first 2 conversions, Johnny looks like he's kind of getting into his stride. Has made the last 2, I guess missed the first 2 penalty kicks, has made the last 2 conversions.
Yeah, Utah, I think they're a better team than that last play. But BYU just that much better, able to find the holes in the defense. It looks like that kick didn't go 10 meters. So on the restart, that ball must go at least 10 meters, go over that dashed line there that you see on the screen. Now, BYU can choose to take it before that it hits that 10 meters, but...
Yes, so in result, BYU can either choose to have a scrum at midfield that they have chosen, or to have Utah re-kick. Almost every single time you're going to opt for the scrum, which BYU has done in this case.
Yeah, it gives you that good field position there. Good scrum from BYU. Ben Keith got it out quickly. There's Luke Moki. Jordan Lowry cuts it back inside. Good decision from him. Good quick recycle. Ben Keith calling for it. Decides to take it himself. Getting some go forward ball. I really like the way BYU is recycling the ball right now. Ryan Blazer losing his footing a little bit there.
Yeah, getting a little slow ball here. They'll probably just get a few pick and goes. Great job by Gowdy to get that go forward momentum going.
Yeah, Utah doing a great job contesting those rucks, but good run there from Scott Gowdy. There's Kyle Sumption. Utah with
Always
their hands
an animal.
all over that ball, but Sumption manages to muscle it to the ground.
Great run by Jared Whippy.
Oh, you almost broke that last line. Great run from him. Linehan Latu picks it up. Still going forward, down to around the 5-meter line. Utah with some great counter-rucking.
Yeah, they're seeing that opportunity. They're seeing that ball wide open.
Looks like we might have a offsides penalty, not sure.
Yeah, that's R. Elkington. Looked to take it quickly. Saw an opportunity.
Patience, this is where patience counts. Kyle Sumption getting stood up there on the line. Good play by him, though, to get it back. It's just about keeping it alive right now. And another penalty against Utah. Offsides penalty. I think BYU, and then now the referee's having a chat with Danny Christensen, another standout player for Utah. BYU's done a really great job of starving Utah the ball.
Yeah, they have. They have done a much better job of maintaining possession and limiting those turnovers so far in this game. They've done being patient here in inside Utah's 22, not getting too excited. And once they see the try line, once they get close, they have definitely done a better job in this game of maintaining possession and being patient.
So Johnny does opt to take the points here. So as you saw there, 13 minutes left to go here in the first half. BYU leads 14-0. Johnny taking a kick from about the 22-meter line here, penalty kick. And he made it. So that's his first penalty kick, successful penalty kick of the night. Mm-hmm. Johnny's 1 for 3 on the penalty kicks, 2 for 2 on his conversions.
17.
So BYU 17, Utah 0. Utah with the restart.
Yeah, BYU has definitely hopped on top of Utah in the in these past about 10-15 minutes. Really taking control of the game, really gain the momentum. It'll be crucial for Utah to stay in the game. I mean, they've got to get some momentum back. They've got to get a try.
Yeah.
Get a try or at least get some points on the board.
Kick blocked there by Utah. So the Utes with good field position here. Good feed there from Keone Hamala, the scrum half. Good run here.
That's big Scott Strong there.
Good counter ruck there from Ada. Not sure what the referee was saying there, but
it's big Spencer Vickery making something happen.
Sumption, I think he's going back to play an earlier penalty. He was letting them play on there, so I think it was an offsides penalty earlier.
Yeah.
Like the way Kyle Sumption's just attacking that ball, though. And I don't think this was the penalty here, but you see Sumption gets
a great steal there by Sumption on that play. I think, definitely went back to an earlier scrum. And Utah missed the kick, but Utah opted to kick the ball out, so they have the line out. You see there that's the 5 meter line, so they're about 5 meters out from the try line here.
Yeah, great opportunity for the Utes to make this lead a little more manageable, or deficit rather, from their perspective. Oh, that ball's knocked out of Keone's hands.
I think someone might have knocked it out of his hands. Didn't see who it was, but the ref.
So we may have an offsides penalty here.
Oh, I think that was Cody Thompson on the ground. I don't know if he meant to do that or if that was. But Cody Thompson is given the yellow card on that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he meant to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he meant to do that either. You could have seen that while he was on the ground, it seemed like and it's Spencer Vickery taking quick, but it seemed like he kind of just rolled over and hit the hands of the scrum half. And knocked the ball out of his hands. I'm not sure if he.
It looked more like Keone Hamala just losing control of the ball there, but. So here are the Utes knocking on the door.
Great defense from BYU here.
Great defensive stand from BYU, but and a nice quick little pick there from Utah.
Yeah, great.
I think that was Scott Strong.
Scott Strong, number 13, getting in there. Had to see a little bit of space and just getting in there quick. BYU to the drop. Yeah, I mean, great opportunity for Utah getting in that try, and essentially for these last 10 minutes of the first half, they'll be playing a man up.
Yeah, and you see Scott Strong just. I think BYU is expecting to come to come from someone a little further back. So good play by him. So Utah making it interesting.
Yeah, it seems like they're a good team. They're a great team. They're going to. They're definitely not going to. They're not going to die. They're not going to lay over in this game. And so yeah, they just took some great plays to get down into BYU's part of the field and eventually capitalize on that penalty and on that. Was able to get it over the line.
Good kick there from Tonata Lauti. So BYU leads now 17-7 with about 8 minutes left here in the first half. So Utah taking advantage of that block. It all started with that blocked kick off of the restart. So it just shows you all those little mistakes make a difference in the game. Oh, ball goes off the Utah player's chest forward. So fortunate restart here for BYU is. So we'll see here. Looks like that may have been off. Oh, and off the 8-man.
Should have
Jacob Morrison.
It should have been an offside penalty. I mean, it was a knock on the guy in front of him just picking up the ball, so it should have been a penalty on that. But instead, the ref just awards the scrum to BYU. A good scrum by BYU. Until I say that, then they start getting driven back. But
Kyle Sumption ends up taking it out. I don't know if he was playing the 8-man position then, but
yeah, I think he slid back because they're end up being a man down.
Johnny Linehan with a good strong run. Finds Scott Gowdy. Scott Gowdy's been a great support runner today. David Collins. Good run from him. BYU going forward.
I think they lost the ball on that one. That's a great job by number 7, John Kaczynski to get his hands on the ball and really get some go-forward momentum there by Utah.
Yeah, good steal. Danny Christensen looking for some action out wide here. Oh, no. Oh, and it's picked up by Jordan Lowry. In for the try.
Oh, great
Jordan Lowry with
there.
his second try of the evening.
Great heads-up play there by Jordan Lowry. Unfortunately for Utah, just tried to go hands-on. Thought that had space on the outside. Couldn't make that last pass. Just a little knock on. Jordan Lowry's right there to scoop it up. We can see on the replay.
Yeah, you see here, he gets it out wide to Drake Myers. And Drake Myers, he just couldn't handle the ball. Maybe a little dew on there. And Jordan Lowry just scoots down the sideline. He's so quick.
Great heads-up play there by Jordan Lowry. Yeah, great game so far by Jordan Lowry. Really taking advantage of every opportunity he's given him with with the ball in his hand.
For those of you BYU fans, you might be interested in knowing that one of Jordan Lowry's nicknames is J-Lo.
J-Lo.
So he actually shares a nickname with the pop diva Jennifer Lopez. Johnny pushes it right inside the upright there. So Johnny not quite on his game tonight, but BYU still leads 22, Utah 7. And these are the games when Johnny's kicking game, really needs to be on.
Yeah, it's because he's definitely had some makeable kick. And that one was a harder kick. It was that on the sideline.
Yeah.
But his first two penalty kicks, and one of them was directly in front of the post. The other one was a little bit of an angle. But Johnny's not quite his usual self in his kicking today.
So a deep restart there, taken by Kyle Sumption, who dumps it off to Chris Wernley.
Good tackle there by Matt Ball from Utah.
That kick nearly blocked again, but that's a good kick from Whippy. And that ball just bounces all around. Utah just can't get a handle on it. And there's Latu with a good counter kick, and it goes out. Wernley. See, Wernley's eager for that quick line out. Could have been a good opportunity there.
Yeah, pretty good kick there. Good option by Tonata Latu on that one. Definitely relieving some pressure and making BYU play in their half the field.
Scott Gowdy with the line out. Toss in here.
You can see on the short line out, Utah's just electing for a one-man jump in the front. They've definitely caused some pressure, but a good line out there from BYU.
Yeah. Taking advantage of the height of Will Taylor there. So Johnny with the clearing kick into the hands of Tonata, who finds room to run. Such a strong runner.
Shifty runner too. He's hard to tackle.
We were keeping alive. Oh, a little Fijian flutter step there from Gabe Rufflin. Impressive. Danny Christensen getting that ball out wide. Good tackle there from Jared Whippy. He went right for the ball. Looked like a high tackle, but he was going for the ball. Danny Christensen decides to take it himself, really exploiting the gaps there.
Yeah, great run by Danny Christensen. See if he can actually have some support. See, Austin Taylor's there. See if they can get some more guys there and to secure this ball.
Danny Christensen doesn't quite know where to go. He's looking to do it himself.
Yeah, looks like he was kind
BYU
of
with the numbers there and it's an easy turnover there for the Cougars. Good clearing kick from Johnny to relieve some pressure. So
yeah, looked like Danny Christensen was just, I don't know, looked a little lost, didn't really know exactly what choice to make, and ended up just running sideways to look like where he didn't really have any support over there on that right-hand side of the field, and eventually just turned over the ball.
Yeah, and that's part of that's on his support runners too. I mean,
absolutely.
They've got to be yelling their heads off for the ball to let him know where they're at. So BYU electing to just try a one-man lift there, and not too effective actually, as they aren't able to get either of the jumpers up very high. A little skip pass there. Tonata Latu with a good little chip kick. Picked picked up by Ryan Blazer. He's got plenty of support there, but they're trying to hold him up. Otta Elkington comes out with the ball. Good recycle. Ben Keith chooses to take himself and a high tackle, but playing the advantage here. Luke Maki continuing on. Scott Gowdy. So he's still got advantage going on. I don't know if the refs waved it off yet. Johnny Linehan still on his feet. Luke Maki's there, but he's manages to keep it in bounds. The backwards pass to David Collins.
And eventually, I think, had a knock on in there somewhere.
BYU just kept running down the same path with the same result. So, yeah, the referee decided to wave off that. Yeah, you see here, Luke with a great pass to keep it in bounds. BYU's passing game has been excellent tonight.
That has been a lot better. Yeah,
Very crisp.
They've done a much better job of really taking care of the ball tonight and looking after those 50-50 passes.
Yeah. Good idea. The guys who aren't great passers know to just take it in. Oh, Luke Maki's all over that.
Yeah,
great defensive play by him. And that's a rugby acumen type play.
Oh, absolutely. And there you can see our Captain Kyle Assumption ends up with the ball going forward.
And it looks like number 7, John Kaczynski was... That's it, held up. End of the first half. So Utah's actually pretty happy with this result. BYU 22, Utah 7. They're still in this thing. They prevented a couple of tries. They got lucky with some missed kicks from Johnny Linehan, as well as a missed conversion. What do you like from the Utes, though, that you've seen so far, Ryan?
You know, they just really brought it. They've been intense from the starting whistle. There's that 10 minutes in there that BYU just really beat them in the first half. But I think it's going to be a very exciting second half. Utah's going to bring everything they've got.
Absolutely. Yeah, Utah always makes this game interesting. Particularly, it seems like they have a knack for coming back in the second half. When BYU has put up a little bit of a lead, these guys just do not roll over. So come back to us. Stick around for the second half. This is sure to be a great second half of rugby.
Demonstration game here for you with a couple of the young teams supporting youth rugby here in Utah. It'll be a shortened variation of this game. We encourage you to support the youngsters as they fine-tune their skills for rugby and this evening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, I'm the guy who throws out the free t-shirts. So whoever's making the most noise, I'm going to throw it in your direction. It's a small. It's a small. Ooh. I need to hear it. All right. Hang on. Oh, now you all stop because I don't have anything to give out. I can go get some more stuff. Now, we'll wait till the second half, but we need to make sure that you guys are cheering nice and loud. It's going to be a good game. We've got 6 minutes till the second half. Enjoy.
Chili.
just about ready to kick off here the second half of this Wasatch Cup 2014. So BYU currently leading, for those of you just joining us, currently leading 22 to Utah 7. As we mentioned before, halftime, Utah, for those of you who aren't familiar with this rivalry, Utah always manages to make this a game. Or I should just say it's always an interesting game in the second half. If BYU, for the past few years, BYU has tended to take a lead into the halftime break. But Utah is not a team that gets their spirits down very easily.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really it's really going to tell a lot, I guess, how Utah plays in these first 10 minutes of the second half. The intensity level they bring, they kind of get some momentum, get another try on the board. That'd be crucial for them in the second half to get back into the game. But yeah, they're definitely not going to lay over, definitely not going to quit. It's going to be a good game, good second half.
Yeah. BYU playing deep out of their own half. Johnny Linehan, just a little kick to relieve some pressure. A lot of fans here tonight, great turnout. Beautiful night for rugby, about 50 degrees right now.
Yeah, the stands are full. It's been a great showing by the crowd. The stands are full. They brought in some extra bleachers that are full. People are lining the fences, lining the sidelines. Really just a great night for BYU Rugby, for a rugby game.
Yeah. So BYU continuing to go with this line-out formation, and I don't really like that as a defensive formation at all. They're not able to get up high enough.
Yeah, Utah's hooker, that Greg Kelch, his throws are just spot on. They're getting it over BYU's front jumper and kind of just perfectly into their jumper's hands. So they've been spot on in their lineouts today. Very impressive.
Yeah, they have. They've been solid in the set piece all around. Yeah, Utah really has played some solid rugby, with the exception of a few holes in the defense. Just a few couple defensive breakdowns that have cost them.
Yeah, it was really just that 10 minutes. Really about 10 minutes where BYU just kind of got some momentum and running a few tries. And besides that, it's definitely been a very equal game.
Yeah.
Utah's doing a good job here of maintaining possession, doing a good job of bouncing it between forwards and backs. Going out, that's Danny Christensen giving the ball to Greg Kelch there.
He's just driven backwards.
Just really trying to find space. I mean, they've done a great job of maintaining possession, really just going through the phases and kind of waiting, hoping that the defense is going to break down sometime. But they've not really any pressure from BYU on the rucks, not really any counter rucks. BYU's just kind of letting them do their thing so far.
Yeah, Danny Christensen spinning it out wide there, but no room to do anything. Christensen hesitating a little bit there, kind of hurts your momentum going forward, but good take there from the Utes. Getting some good go forward ball, and there's Scott Strong again. And good turnover there from the Cougars. Scott Gowdy comes up with it. Luke Mucke with the box kick. Chris Wernley with the chase, along with Ryan Blazer. Good defense there. Back into the hands of Johnny Linehan. Johnny with a little chip over. Looked like he was hit after he kicked it, but no call there from the referee.
Yeah, he was definitely hit after he kicked that ball, and it seemed like the ref thought, yes, I don't know if he didn't see it, didn't want to call it. You see on the replay here. Great heads up by Johnny. She kind of was going for a little chip kick. Oh yeah, totally blatant right across his shoulders. But good line out there by BYU. It's your captain Kyle Sumption taking the ball up, getting some great go forward momentum. It's big David Collins
hitting it up. David Collins. Forwards have done some great job running support lines. Out of Elkington with the strong cut back inside there. Wrapped up by the Utes. Good quick hands there. Out to Ryan Blazer. Had Chris Wernley on the outside, but he decided to hold on to it himself.
And that's Connor Ehrman with the good tackle, number 14, but he is not rolling away.
Coach Kimball Kerr upset about the non-call on the
that's
tackle there.
He's complaining about that's a dump tackle. He essentially raised his legs higher than his head, which is a dump tackle, and it should be a penalty. So yeah, Coach Kimball Kerr is kind of angry that was not called. So it's a scrum here to BYU. Good cut, good run up there by Chris Wernley. Great way to insert himself into the line. Luke Mockey's taking it himself there.
Manages to get the ball out. Ben Keith managed to get the ball out. Wow, that was a great play. Johnny Linehan dots down for the try. So good support runs, good passes. Johnny Linehan giving some love to the fans.
Having fun with the fans.
You can see it's just filled in here. So capacity crowd, there's got to be a couple thousand, 2,500 people here at South Field. I don't know what the capacity is here, but Luke Muckey gets wrapped up here by two guys, but manages to just toss the ball backwards. Ben Keith is there, gets the ball out to Johnny Linehan. That was
great sidestep there by Johnny, totally making Danny Christensen miss. Gets in the try zone, has a little fun. But yeah, I think I think we've got to have at least 3,000 or 4,000 people here tonight. I think capacity just with the bleachers is about 3,000 if I remember right. So there's got to be at least 3,500 here tonight.
Yeah, great turnout here for the Cougs are starting to run some subs.
So we got
looks like Mendenhall and
Josh Anderson.
Josh Anderson getting ready to check in. And Johnny pushes that into the front of the post. No good. But BYU leads by a score of 27 to Utah 7. So a 20-point advantage here. Really a minimum three-score lead. So Utah's got a long way to go if they want to make a run of this.
Yeah, that's Josh Anderson coming in for Chris Wernley there. So Chris Wernley will be replaced. And Josh Anderson, the transfer, the Utah football player, transferred down to BYU to play rugby. He'll be playing on the left wing.
Good take there from Ryan Blazer. Perfect body position. See how he got his back to the opposing team there. Oh, I guess he didn't. It looked like he came through the back of the ruck. Okay to me, but
yeah, but he was part of the ruck, and then he tried to play the ball.
Okay.
Which you could definitely see once you're part of the ruck, you cannot play the ball. So he got in there. He was part of the ruck. He was pretty much one of the second or third player in there. You can see number 4 right there trying to counter ruck. But once you're in there, you cannot play the ball.
Yeah, Austin Taylor. You can use your feet in there.
Yeah, you can use your feet, but you cannot use your hands.
Could have kicked that ball forward, backward, whatever. But Luke Muckey with a genius play, and then Sumption. Kicks it and then drops off of his hands. Looks like they're going to take it back for a knock on there. He almost that kick. I think the kick was good.
Yeah, the first kick I think was good. I think the second time
dropped it off his hands.
Second time
first.
Dropped it.
So Muckey with an amazing pass in. Now that's just the kind of skill that he has. Kept that ball alive, and it was a great pass. That's about as good as I can pass the ball when I'm not facing backwards.
when you're trying to pass it, huh?
Luke Muckey there, all over the back of the scrum there, just following the ball until making sure he's onside. Scott Strong shrugs off a would-be tackler.
Yeah, Utah's still running hard lines. They just need to pretty much put some phases together and kind of gain some momentum.
Jacob Morrison, number 8 there with the run. Danny Christensen again. Yeah, a lot of standstill type stuff. I don't see anyone running good lines from Utah though, and that's kind of the difference I think between these two offenses.
Yeah, I mean you can see just the perfect example right there. It's very stagnant. There is no go forward right there.
Good defense, good defensive rucking there from BYU. Penalty against Utah. So we're going to turn some time over here now to the great TJ Allred out of Red Deer, Canada. He's going to do a little guess. TJ's going to share with us his thoughts about the BYU forward pack here, and as one of the former great BYU forwards who won a couple of national championships here with the Cougs. He's going to give us his thoughts here for a while.
Yeah, I was able to play with TJ. We pretty much came in the same year. We were able to play, the past few years together. TJ was an essential part of the lineup, which is a great forward pack, and you'll remember him by his amazing try last year in the championship match against Cal. What do you have to say for us tonight, TJ?
I don't have anything to say that you probably haven't already said.
Hey, well, it's good to have you on.
Yeah, it's good to be here. And, just to kind of touch on what Mr. Sohn on my left was talking about the forward pack. There's been a couple changes, obviously, with Will Taylor. It's been good to see him go into that. I know you guys have talked about that before. It's been good for him to get into that second row, and he's doing a pretty good job from the looks of it. And he's getting in there. It's funny to see a back transition into the life of a forward.
Yeah, I've talked to him a little bit about that, and I think he's definitely taken the transition well. He's I think he was kind of shocked, obviously, at first, when Coach Smith asked him to, but I think he's really taken it. But what are your other thoughts? What else do you think about the forward pack this year? You think they're doing pretty well? You see your buddy Kyle Sumption there, the captain, taking up the sideline.
Kyle Sumption's doing an excellent job. It's actually been really fun to watch him this year. I think ever since he's been holding on to that mantle as captain of the team, he's actually, in my eyes, he's matured a lot as a player ever since he's received that massive mantle.
Great passes put together there by BYU. Good offloads. Getting that go forward ball, getting the ball to back. Says Jared Whippet, quick pass. Jordan Lowry again, and he gets in for his third try of the game. It's a hat trick for Jordan Lowry today. With great rugby there by BYU. Great job by the forwards there, doing the work at first, getting some momentum going. Great passes out by the backs, get some space, and you'll see a great quick pass there by Jared Whippy, and it goes out to Jordan Lowry. See a little replay. Johnny passed out to Jared with great quick hands there. And Jordan Lowry gets in for his third try of the game. Yeah. Great game so far by Jordan Lowry to get his hat trick.
Jordan Lowry is absolutely leading this team right now by example. He's really in the right place at the right time, doing everything he needs to be doing, and that's the reward that he's getting for his hard work.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's had a great game. Really provided, I think, the spark. I think that very first try was really sparked that momentum that BYU had in the first half. But that was the great try there by BYU and by Jordan Lowry. You can see the one thing that definitely, that has not been completely on tonight is is Johnny Linehan is kicking. You can see there by the graphic who's been 3 for 8 on the night. So he's been a little off, but really a great effort tonight by the Cougars.
And there he goes.
And sneaks it in. So 4 for 9 so far for Johnny Linehan on the night. Brings the score to 34 for BYU to Utah 7. About 13 minutes into the second half. Any other wise words you'd like to share with us tonight, TJ? How do you feel being out here watching this game? Didn't really have an opportunity to play against Utah last year.
Yeah, I missed that. I don't know about you, but I was pretty disappointed not being able to play against Utah last year, because that's a rivalry. I know that, coming into about the same time, that's a game that you always look forward to, especially as seniors, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's good that they're back. I'm happy, but I really wish they could have played last year too.
So good kick there by BYU, kind of relieving pressure. They were deep inside their half. That's told off the Latu. Great hit there by it's Zane Mendenhall. It looks like he has a hurt ankle, and it seems like he might have hurt it again on that play, unfortunately. He has been nursing that ankle all year. It looks like he might have just hurt it again on that tackle. Danny Christensen got a hard forward runner in there trying to create some space. Good tackle by Cody Thompson. Yeah, I just usually the back line from from Utah, they're just usually a little more dynamic. It's been a pretty stagnant attack from Utah's back line with a big hit coming in from Zane again. Maybe his ankle isn't hurt so bad after all. And he gets up limping and he makes another tackle on Big Spencer Vickery. But it's been pretty stagnant, it looks like, from Utah. But
yeah, well, it's not easy coming off of a year where they lose a lot of players, as well as the fact that they weren't really a competitive team last year. I mean, you have to give them props, though, coming and playing a national championship team and club, and so they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, they have done very well tonight. That's Big Spencer Vickery, number 3. So they're just about that's a halfway point. That's 50-meter line you're looking at right there. So they're just creeping into BYU's territory. They've put it in some great phases here. Good attack so far by Utah. See if they can keep this together. They've put together some great phases throughout this game. Just unfortunately, it seemed like it would end up being, in the knock on or something. It seems like that is Matt Ball taking the penalty quick, has some space. Probably should have found Danny Christensen on that one, but that's going back to Austin Taylor. A great heads-up play there, and Utah, if they can be patient here.
BYU's on their back foot, so they're going to have to really keep their cool and play some hard defense right now.
That's Gabe Rufflin trying to get low, get over number 6 for Utah.
Utah's about a foot away.
Yeah, they're right there. And this is right where it really comes down to who can stay lower. Looks like the ref blew it up. Maybe just decided that the ball wasn't coming out, so he's going to give the scrum to Utah. So Utah will have a scrum on the 5-meter line attacking.
And Kyle's going to want to make sure he's talking to the forwards right now, because this is, with 57 minutes now into the game, he's going to want to make sure that Utah doesn't gain any momentum by scoring here. So he's going to want to get this scrum to be as tight as possible.
So you can see, I think great run there by Matt Ball. You can see Danny Christensen kind of probably wanted that ball. But a great run by Matt. Found Austin Taylor, and there's put together a few phases there, and just ultimately pretty much couldn't get the ball back out. And so the ref awarded them a scrum. So we'll see what they can do with it here.
Luke Malke tries to take it from the back. Oh, Kyle Sumption, of course, actually. Kyle Sumption has always got his hands on the ball.
I could see it might have been from the other angle. It might have been a knock on there by Kyle Sumption.
Yeah, close.
So it'll be another Utah will get. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened there. Saw that the ball rolled through. Oh yeah, just a little knock on there by Kyle Sumption.
Yeah.
So it'll be Utah will get another chance here. The scrum just outside the 5-meter line.
Ball's put in cleanly to the back. Swings it out wide.
Great tackle by Kyle Sumption to not the Latu.
Well, looks like we got a penalty.
I think the ref's looking for his puck. I don't know who. Oh, he gave the captain Kyle Sumption the yellow card on that one.
Oh, man. It's unfortunate you had to penalize Kyle, because I know that, in watching the game, there's been quite a few players that have been laying on the ball, and I think Kyle just kind of got the card based on what the ref had seen in the past, and so that's unfortunate. But
Utah elected to do a little quick tap. Came up short, and I didn't see exactly what the ref called on that, but it will be another scrum here to Utah. So Utah is just sitting here, knocking on the door, is not going away. BYU has done a great job defending so far, has given up, a few penalties. And that's Steve Saya coming on there for Cody Thompson. Giving up a few penalties. Utah's had a few scrums now, but really BYU's defense has done a great job of keeping them out of the try zone. Even though they've been here knocking on the door, they've done a good job of not letting them get across the try zone, the try line.
And the ref stands up the scrum. Wasn't happy with it. And we're going to reset again. Oh, and it looks like they get over.
Does Jacob Morrison just picks up the ball. Pretty easy try there from Jacob Morrison, the number 8 for Utah. Picks it up, goes left actually. Usually the scrum half is right there. I'm not sure where exactly Luke Maki was on that one. It looks like they might have taken Luke Maki
if you take
out. Must see. Oh yeah, it looks like they took and put Luke Maki on the blind side for defense to cover the 8-man. It was a great heads-up play there by Jacob Morris. He must have identified that Luke Maki was not right there defending, picked up the ball, simply went left, and it was pretty much a wide-open try zone for Jacob Morrison. So good try there from Utah. They were on the doorstep. Kept knocking. They finally got in. And, they're going to be playing a man up. Kyle Sumption is in the sin bin for the next probably about 9 minutes. Probably about a minute has gone by, so about the next 9 minutes. So they could really use this momentum. They could, be great for them if they could put a couple tries on the board.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what they were hoping to ignore, because now there's still plenty of time on the clock. And now that Utah's gained that momentum by scoring, and now they're also on top of that, Kyle Sumption, like you said, being off the field, BYU's going to have to play even harder just to maintain the score. And so they're going to have to step it up really hard over this next 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's about 21 minutes into the second half. That's BYU 34 to Utah 14. And yeah, Utah is a team that plays off of momentum. They play off of, momentum, and so BYU can really stop the momentum they have right now, and do well in these next 10 minutes while their captain is on the sideline. It's a great gut check time.
Yeah, Danny Christensen decides to swing it out the opposite way. Didn't look like he liked the defense on that side. Miss pass.
Yeah, another wide pass there. Great run there, but unfortunately couldn't really get the pass. It looks like we got a couple of subs on there. We don't have the names for the subs for Utah, so sorry for that. But looks like he was trying to find that number 22 and just couldn't really complete the pass on that one. So looks like BYU is elected for a line out. In that case, if there's a knock on, the ball also goes out of bounds, the opposing team can either choose for a scrum or a line out. So in this case, you can see that BYU has elected the line out, which is kind of a shock because they have not been good on the line outs today. Missed the line out, turnover ball. Fortunately, that's Greg Kelch, kind of gets pushed out of bounds. So BYU having another chance on their 40-meter line here.
What's that?
For a line out. So good line out there. Will Taylor won it. Jared Whippy decides just to kick it up, kind of release some pressure. So Utah's attacking. That's about midfield, about the 50-meter line.
Oh, it gets the pass out. Looks like Utah tries to sidestep.
Yeah, it's Scott Strong. That's out to Taylor Thomas, number 12 on that. Looks like to go blindside, then goes back out to Danny.
Little miss pass.
It looks like Tonato was just hoping someone there was there, hoping he would have a support runner, but just couldn't really connect on it.
Yeah, they're trying to keep that ball. They're trying to keep that momentum going, and they don't want to stop.
Yeah, Utah's, they've done well to keep, put these phases together. some good hard runs, keeping possession of the ball. It's pretty much all they have to do is as long as they don't create a turnover. And it looks like a penalty against Utah.
To BYU against Utah. And Ryan, this is the type of game that BYU is going to have to make sure that they're stopping. They need to be a team that can stop when the momentum shifts to the opposite team. They need to make sure that they stop that, especially towards this end of the season.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, especially when they get into this against the business end of the season, you could say. There's definitely going to be playing, some great teams that are going to get that momentum. So really, exactly like you were saying, if they can figure out how to, really battle that momentum, then they will be looking very good going into this business end of the season.
I'm excited to see what they can do towards the end of the season too, because they're a great team this year, and I think that they have the ability to repeat. As long as they can maintain themselves under pressure and learn to adapt, I think this is going to be a great year for us.
Yes, absolutely agree. So you said that one they won the line out. Goes back to the backs, and this little knock on there by Jordan Lowry. That was once again TJ Allred. Thank you very much for joining us, TJ.
No problem.
Former BYU rugby player, All-American here at BYU.
TJ's played rugby all around the world. He represented the several under 16, under 17, under 18 teams for Canada, and brought a lot of skill and knowledge here to BYU Rugby. So Utah getting into we got about 14 minutes left here in the second half. So Utah's got to pull out all the stops here, and a lot of times the desperation of being down by this many points this late in the game tends to breed creativity, and Utah really thrives actually under this type of pressure. So, but it appears that BYU is up for the task tonight. They've run a lot of good subs in. Great scrum there from Utah, but not sure what the penalty was there. But
yeah, short arm penalty for BYU. I didn't see exactly what he's called. It looks like he's talking Utah. They essentially blew BYU up on that scrum. They were driving him back.
Yeah.
Don't know exactly why.
Maybe they pushed too early. Yeah. That's the only thing I can imagine. So Johnny with a deep kick. Back to the hands of Tonata. Using his speed. Great tackle there. Steve Saya.
Steve Saya is a great impact player. Every time he comes into a game, he makes big plays, and that's exactly what you need from someone coming in and off the bench, is really make an impact, make their presence known, and he has done that. Great break there by Danny Christensen. Finds number 24 for Utah.
Yeah, Danny Christensen really just doing what he does best, exploiting those gaps. He just finds he's not a very big guy, and he's very shifty, so. Looks like it went backwards, even though that ball was dropped. Tonata being driven backwards there by Cody, big Cody Thompson. Yeah, and Utah is going to need some more. They need some more explosive lines here if they want to break through this defense.
Big Spence victory there, getting some go-forward momentum.
Keep in mind, BYU is still down a player. Their captain has been out with a yellow card. Scott Strong trying to take it in himself. Finds Tonata Lauti.
Yeah, great run there by Scott Strong. Scott Strong, he has been a great player for Utah today. He's been running hard, and he's had some great runs to really give Utah some momentum and give them a spark. Another great run there, and a great pass to find Tonata Lauti, and Tonata just does just enough to get over the line.
Yeah, Scott's. It seems like Utah year after year produces really good 12s and 13s.
Yeah,
kind of that strong and fast, go forward type of player. So that's what Scott's done all night. Not really much side to side, just straight up the field, but picking his lines very well.
Yes, absolutely.
So if Tonata puts this through, BYU will only have a 13-point lead.
Yeah, and with about 10 minutes left, that is plenty of time for Utah to put in a couple more tries. There's still plenty of time in this game. And remember that Kyle Sumption is probably out for, I don't know, maybe another minute or two.
And Tonata slots it through easy.
If I remember right.
Yeah, he's got a couple more minutes in the sin bin.
Yeah, so Utah really playing off that momentum. Ever since Kyle's gone out and they put that try over, they've got some momentum. BYU's brought in some subs. They had Rob Cook in there. Really some guys that they're going to look to make an impact. And, they're only being up by 13 with about 10 minutes left. Utah has plenty of time to come back into this game and make something happen.
Yep. Scott Strong with a good hit up there, but that ball's stolen from...
Yeah, it was Kyle Sumption.
Comes right back on the field, makes a great steal.
That's Kyle's back, obviously.
Yep. Thought he was out for a couple more minutes. Whippy carries 3 Utes with him. Good quick recycle here. Riker Haddock.
Big Riker Haddock. Love watching him run.
Yep. They're trying to hold him up. They're doing a good job of it. But looks like BYU's managing to get the ball down to the ground. Nope.
I think Utah did a good enough job right there holding Riker up.
Yeah. Riker not happy about that. And
so for those of you at home, if a runner's running forward like Riker did on that, and if the opposing team, they essentially hold him up so that he cannot go to the ground, we can see a replay. Pretty much, as you can see, they're not trying to tackle him, they're trying to hold him up, and if they can kind of keep him in one spot so that he is not advancing the ball forward, then the ball, it's essentially a turnover and the opposing team gets a scrum. So Utah, if essentially stopped Riker's go forward momentum, kind of held him up off the ground. And you can see a great steal there by BYU in the scrum.
It's like Utah. Kyle Sumption, the captain, comes out with it. Good run from him, still on his feet. Sumption's like a cat. He always manages to land on his feet somehow. Zeke Mendenhall. Good run there. But that ball's stolen by Utah. Good steal there.
By Greg Kelch. Danny Christensen, kind of some passes, just kind of throwing it out, hoping someone's there.
Scott Strong picks it up. So fortunate turnover there. Or good steal, rather, for the Utes.
Zane Mendenhall kind of slips off a tackle on that one.
Number 8 trying to do it himself, and Utes taking it out of their own half here. Good little grubber kick down the sideline, but it's picked up by Whippy. Whippy manages to keep that ball in bounds somehow.
Yeah, good little run by Jared, making someone miss. Fortunately, kind of tries to get the pass off and knock on to Utah. So yes, exactly what you're saying. Kind of goes for a little chip, but great take by Jared, making one guy miss. Tries to make a second guy miss. And just a little knock on.
Can't handle the pass.
Yeah, can't handle the pass.
So the crowd really getting into it here, the home crowd.
You can see a capacity crowd here. Great crowd. It's been a great night for rugby. It's about 7 minutes left. If Utah really wants to make a comeback, they're going to have to make something happen here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Get another score on the board.
This is try time. Tonata Latu loses the ball, but then goes backwards.
It's a great job there by Johnny Linehan, getting his hands on the ball. Tonata Latu was right there, had guys with him, had support there, but they just couldn't clean Johnny out. And a great job by Johnny. Essentially just going to opt to pretty much take his time here, make some time, tick off the clock, and get some points.
Yeah, so 6.5 minutes left. So there's...
Once again, appreciate everyone's time coming out to the game today.
So you see here, Tonata takes it up, loses the ball, picks it up. I believe he was not releasing was the penalty there.
Yeah.
Because he had his hands on it on the ground there, holding on, trying to make sure that ball got put back. So Johnny with the chance to put this game away for good. And it's a great, looked like a great kick, but off the goalpost, so that's a live ball. Utah with a clearing kick there, so it'll be a BYU line out. Wow, that looked like a great ball.
Yeah, it did. So you just curled enough at the last second, hit the post, and just got the unlucky bounce, bounced right back at him.
Mendenhall with the throw in here.
You know, it appeared earlier that Mendenhall's ankle really hurt him. Looked like he's kind of just ran through that. Looks like he's been playing well in the last bit.
Good pass by Johnny. Josh Anderson open out there on the wing. Good run from him. Still
Great
on
run
his
by
feet.
Josh Anderson.
Pushes it down to about the 10-meter line. He's got plenty of support. Linehan fills in for 9. There's Luke Mockey. Finds Mendenhall.
So they're calling for it out wide. They must have some space. Tries a little T-ball out on the wide. Jared,
great kick.
A little tip.
Wow. Leland Latu there to pick up the bounce off of.
What a try. What a try.
Great kick from Johnny. Wow. To start that whole thing off.
Yeah, so it looks like the call must have been coming in for that T-ball. Johnny decides just to kind of kick it up. Must have had a little overload there on the outside. Had some numbers, kicks it up. See here on the replay, looks like Jared just couldn't really handle it. I do not think that was on purpose.
Yeah, Jared just bounces off of Jared's shoulder there. Which was actually fortunate. Just a perfect curler, and I don't think Jared would have been able to score that by himself, even if he would have caught it. So.
Yeah. No, great job there by Leland Latu. You know, really a great reward to Leland Latu. He has played a great game today.
Yes.
With Josh Whoopi being out with a pulled hamstring. You know, we got Jared slipped out to the outside center, and Leland Latu started inside center, and he's done a great job today. Had some great runs, had some great defense, some great tackles. That was a great way to really cap off the day for Leland getting his try.
And Johnny's going to be hard kick there. Oh, and he manages to slot it in. Another one off the post. But this time it went through. Great kick from Johnny. So Johnny has nailed a couple of those kicks from way out on the sideline.
Yeah. So you can see on the replay, going right out of the post. This time he gets the lucky bounce. Bounces inside the goalpost instead of back at him.
Nice.
2 goalposts in a row. That's hard to do.
Yes, that is hard to do. Congratulations, Johnny. You've done it. 2 goalposts in a row.
That's Dan Hubert.
Yes, Dan Hubert back on
injury.
the field. He's got a bionic knee out there. You can see.
You can see all that padding on his knee.
Penalty there. Looks like offsides call. Here comes Utah. Utah not giving up. Good run there from John Kaczynski, number 7. Keone getting that ball out.
Utah is trying to find some space on the weak side, looks like, on the blind side.
Turnover. Knock on from BYU. Looks like maybe Luke Mockey dropped that ball first. So it'll be scrum down to Utah. Deep inside BYU's half here.
You can see Utah just kind of throwing the ball over the place. I think that was Steve Sy actually got his hands on the ball and ripped it out and caused the knock on that one.
So Utah, deep in BYU's half. Opportunity to score. But at this point in time, it might be all for naught. We've got about 2 minutes left, and Utah's down by 20 points.
Yeah, I think Keone on that one kind of felt the pressure, was looking up where he was going to pass it, and just knocked the ball on, couldn't get his hands on the ball. So it'll be a scrum here to BYU. Yeah, so as you can see, about a minute left. Once again, that is unofficial time. The ref has the official clock on his wrist, so it could be a couple minutes longer than that. But essentially about a minute left in this game.
Yeah, so BYU has really risen to the occasion here. This is a big game, always a big game. And they've really, I think this is one of the crispest performances that they've put together. And you can see that they have really come together well as a squad. Still plenty to work on, but over the last couple of games, San Francisco Golden Gate, Utah, BYU has just played, they've come in and played really well. Now, they still have a long way to go on their lineouts, and I think their scrum needs some work as well.
Yes, I absolutely agree. And that being said, I do believe their scrum, even in the last couple of games, has gotten much better.
No, it's out on you. It's out on you. There you go.
But yeah, I mean, going into the end of the season here, BYU will be traveling down to Arizona next week to play in the Rugby Bowl, is what they're calling it. So traveling down, they're going to be playing Arizona State. Kind of an exciting new thing they have going on this year. Kind of putting together this essentially Rugby Bowl. So for fans in Arizona, it's definitely going to be an exciting game. Check it out.
Yeah, and BYU has a long history there with the Rugby Bowl, or with playing Arizona State. Actually, Arizona and Arizona State were some of the teams that BYU used to play back in the early days of the BYU Rugby program. So there it is, folks. BYU 41, Utah 21. Great performance by the Cougars here to take home the Wasatch Cup once again. After the one-year delay last year, Utah and BYU did not play due to a Utah suspension. Happy to have the rivalry back and going strong. Great team here, fielded by the Utes this year. Plenty of potential there. Pretty good for a rebuilding season. I really liked what the Cougars did. I thought the passing was crisp, and I think that was really one of the keys to the game here that helped them score a lot of points.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was just kind of what you were saying before. I think it was a great game by BYU. They definitely have gotten better each week, and obviously Utah's going to have their moments. They're a great team, especially in this exciting rivalry match for the Wasatch Cup. They played a great game. Hats off to Utah. But yeah, essentially a great game played by BYU. Looking forward next week against Arizona State. Once again, you can check that out at therugbybowl.com. And then we're into the Varsity Cup playoffs the week after that.
Yep, that's right. So the Varsity Cup playoffs, I believe, will be played at the BYU will play the winner of Clemson and Dartmouth April 19th at the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. And if BYU wins, you can see there, I've got the graphic, and if BYU wins, it will host a semifinal in Provo on South Field, right here on South Field, April 26th. So Clemson and Dartmouth, both great programs. BYU's definitely got a challenge in either of those teams. I think we might see Dartmouth come out on top in that game, but we'll see. So this is all part of the Varsity Cup Rugby Championship. And then, of course, on May 3rd, the final will be held at Rio Tinto Stadium here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I believe that's the third time that the national championship will be held here at Rio Tinto Stadium. So thanks to everybody. Thanks to the AV Productions group here at BYU for doing a great job with the graphics, the filming, all the hours that they put in. They've done a fantastic job to bring this live stream. You don't realize how much effort goes into bringing this crisp HD live stream to everybody. So thanks to that group for all their time and effort to make this an awesome viewing experience. Thanks to Ryan Roundy for participating and everybody else who filled in today. Thanks, and hopefully you'll join us next time, and we'll see you on South Field April 19th.
As I mentioned earlier on, this game is an annual game between Utah
and BYU. And we play for the Wasatch Cup, the trophy. I'd like to ask Cole Sumption, the captain from BYU, to come down and accept the trophy on behalf of his team and to say a couple of words.
Hey, first of all, I just want to thank the fans for both teams. I don't think I've ever seen this many fans here on South Field, so thank you to all of you. Second of all, great guys, great game, guys. Full 80 minutes, so all respect the U of you and love playing you. Thank you.
BYU, BYU, BYU,
BYU, BYU, BYU, BYU, BYU, BYU, Hey, clap it up! Clap it up to the fans! Hey, clap it up to the fans! Yeah!